Your demons, the ones buried deep inside the shadows of your mind, the ones that crawl out when the world goes silent, when darkness falls and you're left with nothing but your own thoughts. Yeah, those demons, the ones you pretend aren't there, the ones that know your every fear, every crack in your armor. You've been feeding them every time you made an excuse, every time you hesitated, every time fear told you to quit. You handed them power. You've carried this dead weight for so long it started to feel like it belongs, but it doesn't. It never did. And now it's time to break free, to shed the lies, the fear, the doubt that's kept you caged, to rise into the person you were meant to become. It's time to awaken what's buried deep, the monster inside you, the one that doesn't give up, the one that gets back up when everything inside you screams to stay down, the one that feeds on pain, that roars louder in the storm. That's the real you, not the scared version, not the broken one, but the beast that refuses to die. It's not about the fall, it's about the fire you bring every time you rise. When life strips you bare, when you've lost, when you're aching, that's when truth shows up. That's when your real self steps forward. You learn who you are, not in comfort but in chaos, not in calm but in war. Strength isn't loud when life is easy. It's loud when everything's falling apart. That's where power is born. In your struggle, in your silence, in the nights no one sees. And no, you don't need anyone. You don't need their voice. You don't need their cheer. All you need is the grind and the fire that burns. In your darkness, you don't need anyone. That's the truth. You came into this world on your own, and one day you'll leave it the same way. Everything in between, that's on you. It's your story, your fight, your climb. And deep inside you, there's a storm, a beast, a monster waiting to be set loose. It's hungry, it's restless, it's banging against the walls of your comfort zone, begging for release, but you keep it caged. You hold it back. Why? Because fear has its grip on you. Fear of falling, fear of being mocked, fear of the pain. But you know what's more terrifying than all of that? Waking up a decade from now, full of regret, knowing you had the fire but never lit the flame. Living a life that feels like a lie, a hollow echo of what could have been. That's the true nightmare. Grinding every single day isn't easy. It means judgment. It means being doubted. It means fighting when everything says stop. And even then, some people will never see your worth. They'll twist your story, distort your truth. They'll look at you and laugh, talk behind your back, call you names that sting in silence. They'll call you a monster, and maybe you are. Maybe what they say is true. But don't forget, they built you this way. They fed the darkness. They forged the rage. And now they want to act shocked when the beast they created finally breaks its chains. But the clock is ticking. Every breath you waste is a breath closer to the end. You think death is far away, but it's right behind you, creeping in, waiting for your final excuse. But it doesn't have to end like that. You have the choice. Right now, you can break the cycle. You can choose pain over comfort, purpose over pity, fire over fear. Become who you were always meant to be, but don't expect it to be simple. Don't expect it to be fast. It'll demand every drop of your will, every ounce of your soul, and then some. But what you gain in return, that's priceless. The pride of knowing you didn't sell yourself short, that you didn't settle for less, that you stood tall and became the version of you that was always waiting beneath the surface. That's everything. The decision is in your hands, but don't sit on it too long. Every second wasted, every excuse whispered is another nail hammered into the coffin of your potential. Stand in front of that mirror just once more. Stare deep into those eyes and choose. Will you keep turning your back on the warrior inside you, or will you finally rise, take the pain head on, and become the fighter you were born to be? This is your war every single day, and the only enemy is you. But if you're not fighting yourself, then you're already surrendering. Every day, the same two options, fight or fold. And let's be honest, most of you have been folding for far too long. You've let laziness creep in like poison. You've let comfort chain you down. You've let weakness become your identity. You think you're fine, but you're not. You're not fine because regret is piling up in the silence. The dreams you never dared to chase, the greatness you buried under excuses, that's what haunts you. And no, the enemy isn't out there. It's never been out there. The real war zone is inside of you, but deep down, you've always known that. You've felt that burn, that ache, that restlessness. And if you haven't felt it yet, you will, because pain doesn't knock. It follows. It lingers. It waits. You can't outrun it. There's no escape, no hiding place. But it's not about dodging the pain. It's about staring it in the face and saying, I'm not afraid. Life will hurt. That's the price of living. This isn't some feel-good phrase. It's not a soft whisper of encouragement, and it's definitely not what those comfort peddlers want you to believe they sell. He's like it's the answer to everything, but it's not. This is the harsh truth, the unfiltered reality. And once you accept it, once you stare it down without blinking, you finally gain power. Suffering is the price you pay for wanting more, for craving greatness, for chasing discipline. It's the furnace that forges your strength. But most people, they're too terrified to set that monster free, afraid of what they'll become, afraid of how it will shape them. But I'm here to tell you, it's time to stop running, stop pretending. That monster you've locked away, it's not your enemy, it's your only chance. Embrace it, unleash it, become it. That average, safe life you're clinging to is a cage, and you built it with your own hands. Now break the damn thing. Enough waiting. You won't transform by staying safe. You won't evolve by staying still. You need to stretch until it hurts, push until you break, and then push more. Walk into the storm, chase the fear, face the pressure. That's where your next version lives. That's where your true strength is hiding. In the darkness, in the fire, that's where your monster waits. You want change? Then fight for it. Stand tall and drag your demons out into the open. Rip them apart, burn them down, because we all carry chains. Some forged by regret, some by failure, some by broken love and old wounds. It latches on like a leech, draining your strength, your vision, your future. And what do? You let it, you feed it, because cutting it loose terrifies you. You fear what comes next, but you can't hold on forever. You need to end that cycle right now. Millions of people are silently fighting their own wars, their own darkness. But the line between those who rise and those who fall is simple. The ones who rise never surrender. They don't let failure define their story. They don't wear the label of a victim. You must be reborn. You must rise from the ruins of your broken past. And to do that, you'll need to welcome the pain. You'll need to stand face to face with your fears. You'll need to stare into your own reflection and deal with the truth. Because the one looking back at you, that's your greatest enemy. It's not the world. It's not your situation. It's you. Stop running. Stop blaming the world for your scars. Own your life. Own the mess you made, the times you failed, the chances you missed. Then take that pain and turn it into power. Let it build a fire so fierce, nothing can put it out. Yes, it's going to hurt. It might break you. You'll feel like giving in, like walking away. But that's when you go deeper. That's when you discover a part of yourself you've never met before. That's when you break through the pain. You break through the doubt. You break through the fear. Because on the other side, that's where your true power waits. That's where you become something new. Being reborn doesn't mean erasing the past. It means turning it into your fuel. It's about transforming every scar, every failure, and every heartbreak into raw strength. It's about rising out of your ruins, stronger, smarter, and more relentless than ever before. The decision is yours. No one can choose it for you. No one else can walk this road. But if you choose to fight, if you choose to rise, if you choose to be reborn, then there's absolutely nothing that can stop you. Always remember, it's not about how often you fall. It's about how often you rise again. It's about refusing to stay broken. It's about digging deep and unlocking that fire inside you, letting it pull you forward through the storm. You wonder why your life isn't changing. You scroll endlessly, watching others thrive, lives smile, and all you feel is stuck, lost in the fog. You believe someone needs to come save you, show you the way, hold your hand. But listen closely, you don't need saving. You don't need anyone. Everything you've ever needed is already inside you. Think about it. Every time you lean on others to carry your weight, you're giving up your own strength. You're saying, you're not enough. But that's a lie. You are enough. You just don't want to go through the pain. You don't want the suffering, the fight, the lonely path. You crave the shortcut, but there is none. There's only the brutal path, the one that forges warriors. That's the one that makes you unbreakable. Stand in front of the mirror. Now ask yourself, who do you see? Do you see a fighter ready to take control? Or do you see someone still waiting to be rescued? If it's the second, then it's time to wake up. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to become the one who saves you. All the missed chances and lazy efforts. This isn't about being flawless. This isn't about being number one. This is about being ruthless. This is about never never giving in. Every time you hit snooze, every time you skip the grind, every excuse you whisper, you're choking the beast. A little more, you're letting your fire fade into ashes. Because staying in bed is easier, staying cozy is easier, but comfort is a slow killer. Comfort is the death of ambition. If you think you're safe wrapped in ease, you're not safe. You're stuck. You're caged inside your own head, and the only way out is war. Fight the laziness, fight the fear, fight the voice that whispers you're not enough, that voice that tells you to stop, that you're too weak, too late, too broken. That voice is a liar. That voice is the enemy, and the only way to destroy it is with action. Do what you dread. Push past the pain, the hesitation, the exhaustion. So quit faking it. Quit acting like you've got it handled. Quit pretending you're going hard when you know you're not. Look in that mirror and stop lying. You're not there yet, and until you own that, nothing changes. It's rough, it's raw, and it's real, but that's how you rise. You've got to be ready to tear yourself apart, to crush every excuse and stare down the savage truth of who you've become. Real pain isn't the body. Pain or exhaustion, that's the simple part. Real suffering is staring in the mirror and seeing a quitter, someone who's surrendered to weakness. And if that doesn't make your blood boil, you've already given up. But if it hurts, if it lights a fire inside you, then there's still a reason to rise. The war ahead won't be clean. It'll be savage. You'll have to dive into mental shadows you've buried for years. You'll have to face every monster, every wound, every fear, and break them down one by one. This isn't about a motivational quote. This is about grit. It's about waking up daily and choosing pain over ease. Even when everything in you screams no, especially then. There's no magic fix, no secret exit. It'll demand everything in you and more. It'll demand the kind of grind that cracks your soul, that makes you scream, that makes quitting sound sweet. But you won't break. You're a monster. You're built for the storm. You know it deep down. But knowing means nothing. You have to show it. Don't chase comfort. Don't beg for pity. Nobody cares about your excuses, your failures, your past. Only your next move counts. Will you keep hiding, keep running from the truth, or will you rise? Will you grab your life back, your mind, your power? Some days you'll crush it. Some days you'll bleed. But if you keep going, keep swinging, you won't just survive. You'll evolve. You'll become unstoppable. Become the beast you were born to be, the real you buried beneath all the noise and lies. You'll have to bleed. You'll have to let go of everything dragging you down, everything feeding your weakness. You'll need to welcome the pain, the grind, the silence, because that's the only way to win. That's the only way to kill off the version of you that's been your biggest enemy. It's time to dig into your soul, to awaken the fire that refuses to fade. It's time to call out the monster, because that's what you are, a warrior. Do you think legends were made in comfort, sitting back sipping iced drinks? No, they burned, they battled, they stared into their shadows and made them dance. This isn't about drowning in pain. It's about using it. Pain is a lesson, a signal, a weapon. Every sore muscle, every drained breath, every wave of fear. These aren't signs to quit. They're proof you're climbing higher. They're markers on the path to glory. The world doesn't bow to the fragile. It honors those who take the hit and keep standing tall. Anyone can give up. Anyone can stay soft. It's easy to run from pressure. But when did easy ever mean worth it? So embrace the grind. Let it break you, then build you. Let it drive you when no one's watching and you're rising before the sun. While others rest, remember, pain is the furnace where your true self is built. It's in those dark, silent hours that you'll discover a strength you never knew existed within you. And when you finally reach the peak, when you look back at the path behind, you'll understand the suffering wasn't just part of the journey. It was the journey. It's what made the view from the top worth every painful step. You think you're pushing hard? You're not. You're just brushing the surface. Just look around. Most people are just sleepwalking through life, snoozing alarms, dragging themselves out of bed, going to a job they despise, only to come back to a life that feels no better than a cage. They're soft, weak, scared of pain, scared of failure, scared of anything outside their comfort zone. And that fear is killing them slowly, one wasted day at a time. If you want to become a monster, you have to stop being so damn soft. You have to welcome the pain, the grind, the struggle. You must ignite the fire inside you and let it burn away the fear, the doubt, the weakness. That's the only only way to become a monster. Imagine running a marathon with a backpack full of rocks. Every single step feels like hell. Every breath, every heartbeat is heavy with weight. But now imagine dropping that weight. Imagine that freedom, the rush, the surge of power through your veins. That's what letting go feels like. But it's not going to magically fix itself. You've got to dig deep, unzip that baggage, and start throwing those damn rocks out. Think about those rocks. Each one tells a story. Maybe it's a failure that's echoed in your mind for years. Maybe it's a toxic relationship that's been rotting your spirit. Maybe it's a fear that's kept you hiding in the shadows of your own life. Look at each rock, feel its weight, acknowledge what it's been doing to you, then make the choice. Drop it. It won't be pretty, it won't be painless, but you didn't come here for easy. You came here to rise, to become unstoppable. And letting go, that's war. It's violent, it's raw, it's a face-off, you versus your past, your pain, your fear, and you've got to tear it all down. You've got to rip those chains apart with your own hands. You've got to shout into the silence and claim your freedom. Don't wait for a savior. No one's coming. This fight, it's yours. And this moment, it's everything. We've all faced those nights when the world turns cold and the walls feel like they're caving in. But the line between the broken and the unbreakable is simple. The will to release, to feel the pain, learn from it, and keep moving forward.